Alright, welcome back to the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, when I do the preview videos of these games, I always come back and do a post-game commentary reaction, whether my prediction was right or wrong. I keep it fair and I keep it honest. I'm not that type of guy. I just like to talk basketball, y'all. And I ain't even gonna lie. Of course, as we see, my prediction was completely off. I had South Carolina winning this game by 10 points. I thought the game was going to be close. But as we see, UConn defeats South Carolina 87-58. And it was a great team effort overall from UConn today. It was a great team effort for them to beat South Carolina. Big shout out to El Hafi. Sometimes I criticize her because I say she can be a little lackadaisical when you watch her play the games live. Like when you watch the games live and when you see her play, sometimes it just looks like she's not that active on the court. But today, she was extremely great. The way she was altering shots in the paint, making it tough for South Carolina players to score around the basket. Because if you look it up, South Carolina is one of the best scoring in the paint teams in women's college basketball. They shoot real efficient in the paint, and they like to get to the basket and score. That's the team's bread and butter. But El Hafi was making it tough for them. She was making it tough for them, altering shots, just being tough. The way she was boxing out. If you look at her numbers on the box score today, they don't stand out as anything that's super impressive. As we see, she just had 8 points and 6 rebounds. But again, if you watch the games live, just the way she played was great. This was one of her best games this season so far. Really great play from her today. She needs to keep that up for the rest of the season for them to be successful, especially when it comes tournament time. And another player who's like that is KK Arnold. Every time she comes in, she gives that team spark. She gives UConn that energy, that tough defensive presence on the perimeter. Just her great on-ball pressure is tremendous, and she has a lot of energy. So big shout out to KK Arnold making the real tough plays. She grabbed 6 boards. A guard who's KK Arnold was like only about 5'7", and she's grabbing 6 boards. Like, come on now. I'm tripping. She's 5'9", but hey, still a guard, and she was grabbing a lot of rebounds. She was grabbing a lot of rebounds today. That's a lot of rebounds for a guard. So big shout out to KK Arnold, man. Another player who just shined today, Ashlyn Shade. She had 9 points, 6 from three-point range. All 9 of her points came from downtown. She's a sharp shooter. Kayla Chen played good, dropped 10 points. Paige Beckers, she had 12 points, 7 rebounds. But look at what she did. She had 10 assists. She was the team's playmaker. And she was a little off, but she was still able to score 12 points, which is a good amount of buckets. That can definitely help your team win games. Sarah Strong, just a great overall game. 16 points, 1 block, 2 steals, 4 assists, and 13 rebounds. And she shot efficient from the field. She shot 6 out of 10 from the field today. Just an efficient basketball player. She had one nice defensive play when she stole the ball from when she stole the ball from Raven Johnson. She just ripped the ball from her and then scored a fast break layup. It was amazing to see. She's a post player who can guard. She can defend guards on the perimeter, and she's big enough to guard bigs. She's really versatile and a great shooter. Arguably the best shooting post player in women's college basketball. Just a great all-around player she is. So big shout out to Sarah Strong, man. And like I said in my preview video, if UConn won this game, I said AZ Fudd was going to be an X factor, and AZ Fudd was way more than an X factor today. She was the team's best player. She had 28 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, and she shot 6 out of 10 from 3-point land. She is arguably the best catch and shoot basketball player in women's college basketball. Without a doubt, to me, she's definitely up there. She's definitely top three. Definitely top three catch and shoot players. She's a real 3-point specialist. I love the way she shoots the rock. Like I said, I want her to be as healthy as possible, before coming into the WNBA next season. She's 5'11". She's, a real good shooting guard. She's a true 2 guard. Just the way she can score from long range, man. A real traditional 2 guard. Man, I love her game. I love AZ Fudd game. She just had it today. Way more than the X Factor. And again, Ella Offie, the way she was just making it tough for South Carolina players to score. And what killed South Carolina really was the threes. UConn, they hit 5 threes in the first quarter. But when you look at the overall team stats, as you see, UConn hit 13 threes. They shot 46% from 3-point range, which is great, which is really, really good. And South Carolina, they were 3 from 17 from 3-point range, which is 17%, which is not good, which is really not good. And the rebounds definitely helped UConn a lot. They out-rebound South Carolina 48-29, and they grab way more offensive rebounds than South Carolina. 15 offensive rebounds to South Carolina's 6. Rebounds can really help your team win games, especially if you're grabbing offensive boards. It presents your team more opportunities to score the ball again. And it's just, delaying the other team from getting the ball back on offensive scores. So offensive rebounds are extremely crucial in basketball games. So, man, UConn just had it today. Rebounding, defense, shooting. I criticize UConn because they play in the really weak Big East, and they're just better than most of the teams there. So they always blowing them out, and it's not like South Carolina. They play in the tougher Southeastern Conference. To me, it's the best conference. If you see my previous video, I made a video on the Southeastern Conference being the hardest conference to play in women's college basketball. So you check that out whenever you guys get the chance to. But yeah, UConn, they're always beating teams because the Big East is really weak. I remember when Notre Dame used to be in the Big East back then. That was like their rival. I mean, they're still rivals, but of course, Notre Dame is in the ACC now. But yeah, they're just better than most teams in the Big East. So it's like, man, they're not really playing competition. But hey, today they played a top 5 team, a number 4th ranked team in the country, and they blew them out. And it was a great overall team effort. So big shout out to them, man. South Carolina, they're gonna bounce back. I know people always overreact to one game. Oh, South Carolina ain't that good. Blah 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 blah. Like, come on, y'all. It's one game. I hate when people do that, man. That joint be blowing me. Like, it's one game. Joyce Edwards was their best player today. If she wasn't here, it would have been terrible for them. 17 points, 7 out of 10 from the field, super efficient. te-hina pop out, the team's best shooter, was just an off game for her today. 3 out of 11 from the field. She had 10 points, but she wasn't efficient from the field, and it was just tough for South Carolina to get some really good looks on offense because the great defense UConn was playing, and just them just getting a lot of offensive rebounds was just presenting UConn again to get more chances to score the basketball. So it was just an off night for South Carolina players, but they're all going to bounce back, man. They are going to bounce back. So please, people, do not, go too hard in the paint on South Carolina, because I'm telling you, they're still that team. They're still a top 10 team. I wonder where the AP is going to rank them tomorrow, because as we know, the AP does their rankings weekly. They update their rankings weekly every Monday. And I wonder where they're going to put South Carolina. I definitely have a feeling they're going to be out of the top 10. Out of the top 5. South Carolina is definitely going to be within the top 10, but I know the AP for sure is going to put them out of the top 5 because they lost to Texas and now they lost to UConn today. But it's going to be interesting to see where they put them at this coming week. And UConn for sure, I have a feeling is going to go up to the top 5. UConn's definitely going to go back to the top 5. But yeah, they played really good. I wonder if they can keep this up when they play really, really great teams. I hope they can. Their next big game is against Korean, 24th rank currently. Oh man, they're gonna beat them. UConn is gonna beat that team by a lot. I got UConn winning all these games. And I wonder the next big game for South Carolina. What's their next big game gonna be? Vanderbilt, super underrated team. The next big game is gonna be against Kentucky, another ranked team on March 2nd. That's gonna be another good Southeastern Conference showdown. But yeah, man, UConn had it today, man. Look at that. Paige Beckers shot good from the field, 12 points. She shot good from 3, but she didn't shoot good from the field overall. But yeah, 12 points, 10 assists, 7 boards, 3 rebounds shy from getting a triple double, and just Sarah Strong, as we see, just a great overall game, man. And Sarah Strong's mother is Allison Feaster. She is the Boston Celtics player development coach, and she was a former WNBA player. She was really cold. She was really nice. She had a really nice mid-range game. I like the way she played. She used to play overseas as well. And again, this is a lady that is a player development coach for arguably the best team in the NBA, the Boston Celtics, who just won the championship. So, and she's been there for a while now. And I was surprised when I found that out that was her mother. So hey, it must be in the DNA. She was training Sarah when she was just a little one. So that's amazing to see. Definitely comes from basketball royalty. So hey, that's amazing. But yeah, you guys tell me your thoughts and opinions on this game. Did you get this game right? Did you predict UConn was going to beat South Carolina, or did you have South Carolina beating UConn? And what are your thoughts on these teams overall as of now? Because they're definitely both top 10 teams, and yeah, this was definitely a shocker. I thought the game was going to be much closer, but hey, basketball is a game of runs, and sometimes it just happens like that. All right, again, y'all tell me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Till next video.